Danza and Zoe's Fur Baby Tales. This particular episode is called Danza Welcomes Zoe Home. Our contributing authors are Charlie, Nayland, and Ricky. It's illustrated by Dylan Scott. Let's start with humble beginnings. Here's a little fun fact. Danza and Zoe just met on January 28, 2021. Danza lived in Waldorf, Maryland most of her life, and she is now 14 years old. Zoe lived in Lafayette, Louisiana. She just had a birthday on February 23rd, and she is 3 years old. Chihuahuas tend to cling to one person. Danza's person is Gigi. Gigi thought it would be best to find another fur baby sibling for Danza to spend time with. But this sibling had to meet specific standards. So Danza's thinking, I don't know what she's saying, but I think that she's talking about me. A curious mind wants to know. Danza started noticing Gigi talking on the phone a lot. This was unusual because Gigi mostly tapped on her phone all the time. Danza didn't know that the tapping meant that she was texting. Danza also didn't understand what Gigi was saying on the phone because she could no longer hear. Danza was deaf. Gigi was talking to other humans about getting a long-haired Chihuahua. She kept asking about the age, the health, the temperament, the activity level, and the size. She told everyone the new fur baby must be small like Danza, non-aggressive, and mild-mannered. Gigi wanted Danza to be comfortable and enjoy the new fur baby. Zoe is on her way, and Gigi is buying 2 of everything. Now Danza is thinking, uh-oh, what is happening? But Gigi is excited. Gigi told the person on the phone, I think that this will work out fine. Danza is a senior dog, and she can no longer hear, and she can barely see. Her legs hurt most of the time because of her age. Having Zoe join our family will be awesome. They are both very tiny, and she was talking to the breeder, said that Zoe is mild-mannered, doesn't play, and doesn't bark. She should be great with Danza because Danza likes to rest a lot. Now, what is Danza thinking? Wait, what? Danza had Gigi all to herself, and now this other fur creature has arrived, and she looks just like me. Send her back. Let's look at the similarities. Danza is a long-haired Chihuahua. She's a tricolor, and she's 14 years old. She's 3 pounds. Zoe looks almost like Danza. She is also a long-haired Chihuahua. She's a tricolor, and she's 3 years old and 3 pounds. Gigi looked confused. Gigi said to the rest of the family, wait, the breeder said that Zoe didn't play, and Zoe didn't bark. Look at her. Oh my goodness. Well, maybe Zoe just needed a reason to do these things, and Danza has had more energy since Zoe arrived. They are great for each other. Look at them slumber. But what are they thinking? Danza's thinking, she better not touch my stuff. And Zoe's thinking, I hope that she likes me. All right, authors and illustrator, now it's time to continue their story. I'm going to take some notes. Dylan is going to illustrate the images as you tell the story, and we're going to put it all together with the end that you create. Will automatically just be friends, or do you think that they have to warm up to each other somehow? What do you think?
Yes.
So let's talk about how they do that. Nayland, our bookmaster, how do they warm up? Do they do it immediately, or do they keep a distance at first and then they warm up to each other?
Keep a distance and then warm up.
They keep a distance and then they warm up. Okay. Because they just kind of almost see each other, right, for the first time. And so now they are going to there's a little awkwardness, just like what Dee wrote in her book, right? She came here from a different country, had to kind of step back and observe what was going on, and they were getting to know her. And it's that little kind of dance that we do with each other first before we, it's almost like sizing people up. But now the puppies are sizing each other up because there's a pecking order, if you will. Folks that know the ropes and that kind of thing, and then those that are coming on, and we want to kind of get through that awkwardness. Charlie said that Danza warms up to Zoe, and Nayland said that there's a little bit of awkwardness. So how about this? Danza seems a little uninterested at first, but she notices that Zoe looks a little scared and lonely. Now they have dinner. It's been a long flight and they have to eat. So how about they both eat? It is time to eat. Danza and Zoe keep their distance at first. They go through that awkward stage when two people, or in this case, two fur babies, meet for the first time. After a long flight and a long day, they are both really hungry. For a brief moment, they don't see themselves as strangers. Instead, they enjoy a meal together. Danza asked Zoe, "Do you want to eat?" Zoe replied, "Sure." Danza said to Zoe, "Now that dinner is over, I'll bet that Gigi takes us to the park." Zoe replied, "That sounds like fun." After they ate, they got in the car and went to the park. As they looked out the window, they saw another fur creature. Zoe plays on the slide while Danza walks around and checks things out.
And what does the park look like?
Yes.
Are there trees? Is there a playground? Are there other dogs?
It's a dog park, a dog ladder, a dog slide.
A dog slide. Oh, they would love that.
And little fishes.
Very good.
I like this park.
I do too. Danza and Zoe meet a new friend at Pup Park. Danza says, "We have company." Zoe reacts, "Hi, what's your name?" He responds, "I'm Spark. Can I push you down the slide?" Danza and Zoe are having so much fun that they sort of forget that they just met. Spark, Danza, and Zoe play with their bones. They enjoy their bones, but they cautiously stay a distance from one another. Check out the squirrel and the cat trying to get a closer look. Let's go with that. So Spark is chasing the cat, and now we've got Danza and we've got Zoe. So how does Danza and Zoe watch Spark chasing the cat?
Oh,
Get them
maybe
to be friends.
Zoe was scared of a cat.
Zoe may have been scared of the cat, and so does Danza take that opportunity to say, "It's okay, Zoe. Welcome home. I've got your back," or something like that? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see you work your magic, Dylan. All right, Dylan, tell everyone just a little bit so that they can get to know you.
I go to what? High school. I'm 16. Yeah, and I like drawing.
Okay, and how long have you been drawing?
Since I was like in kindergarten.
Oh, okay. And what are your favorite things to draw?
People and places.
People and places. Well, I just want to say you've done an outstanding job. Kudos to you. Zoe feels welcomed. They gaze curiously at the cat that joined in on the fun. It was a long day, but Danza enjoyed having Zoe around. Danza says, "It's nice to meet you, Spark. It's time to go home, Zoe." So kudos to all of you. I am extremely proud. Ricky, if you are around, Ricky is Charlie's little sister. She's also my Hey, baby, do you have anything that you want to add? If you do, come off of mute and share what you believe should be part of the story. Dylan, you're doing a great job. Anything else for this story that there's Spark. I love it.
I like it.
Very good. Very good. Chris, what do you think, Dee?
I love it. I think I have some competition going on right now. I was the author, but I have some competition.
I think you have some contributors. You all could do this together. What advice do you have for our budding authors and illustrator in terms of if they wanted to write another story? How do they go about it? Is it a fun, creative process? What advice do you have for them as we finish up this image?
It's very fun because it's like literally putting your imagination into pictures, like telling your story through pictures and through words. Also, it's like very fun. It's very fun. I love it.
And you know what I also do when you told your story and you read your book, I learned so much about you from your experience, and I could also see how that applies to kind of all of us. But I learned about the different languages, and so it's something that happens in between one book cover to the end, where it's also a teaching moment, right? And you can kind of see it through the eyes of the writer, the author. Sometimes you'll have a complete book with no pictures at all, but in the stories that I like to read, I love it when I have an image that kind of brings to life the words that are on the paper, because then you can almost not only imagine from what you read, but you can take that illustration and you can kind of pull it all together. I enjoy the other book with just words too, but I really do enjoy the picture books because it gives it a whole different dimension. And then if you are not aware, when we think about performing, whether it be dance or singing or acting, it all starts with the story. So like with the story that Dee wrote earlier or the story that you're telling now, you could very well recreate this with a whole script and have people to act it out, either on stage or on screen. So when you turn on your TV and you see your favorite show, it all started with somebody writing a story and doing the illustrations and to decide which comes first. So what Miss Suling was able to do in terms of giving you guys the detail about what goes into the image. Are there trees? What do you think? And developing it all out. Those are very, very important pieces to not only telling a story, but to help the reader or help the audience to know what it's all about. You guys are doing a great job telling the story and to give Dylan what he needs to illustrate the story so it becomes real.